Now, if you're in the market for a demonic ninja armor set in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it looks like you may be in luck, as Peder has actually located the Shinobi Armor Set in the game files, which very much looks like it's going straight into the Helix Store in the near future. It comes with a brand new Raven skin, our first ever fox mount in the game, and two one-handed swords, two katanas here, which I'm not going to lie, they do look pretty cool. Big thanks to Ibsart, by the way, for the photos, and we're actually going to go through this entire set here. So let's first start with this mount and Raven, and the mount being this fox mount here, which is called the Kitsune. And in Japanese folklore, Kitsune is the literal word for fox as far as I'm aware, and they're actually considered to be intelligent foxes that actually possess paranormal abilities that increase as they get older and wiser, and they also have the ability to shapeshift into human form. So really nice little detail there when it comes to the name, and it looks like the same kind of detail has been applied to the Raven name Yokai. And in Japanese folklore, Yokai are supernatural entities, apparitions and spirits, and that definitely looks to be the case here with this particular Raven model. I'm a big fan of these colours, I think it looks quite nice, and if it ever does drop in redder, I think I will be picking this up probably in 2025, but we're going to have to wait and see on that front. But let's talk about some armor sets here, because we've got two. We've got the Oni version, and Oni meaning troll, demon, or ogre in Japanese, which kind of makes sense here with that awesome looking samurai face guard, which I actually believe is called a hanya. And as you can see, I am also a man of culture, and we've also got the Knight version here, which is a nice blue model of the same set. And as far as I'm aware, nothing changes stat-wise between them both. And I think this set is going to go the same way as the recently released steampunk armor set, now in the Helix Store, where you kind of have two cosmetic options of the same set with subtle gear changes. Now, the stats on this armor set are actually pretty solid. Your crit chance increases when it's equipped, with a further increase in speed when you do have both katanas in each hand, and we'll actually cover the katanas in a minute because they're pretty ridiculous, quite frankly. But an interesting thing about this armor set, which you may have noticed, is that it is capeless. You can actually just wear a hood when you're running around, but unfortunately it does go down while in combat, so hopefully we do get that sorted, as I'm pretty sure Ubisoft know the community wants that, and having your hood up in combat is going to be an awesome addition to the game. Now let's talk about these katanas. We have the Jorogiri here, which increases your crit chance by 10% after a kill, which is then again increased to a further 20% when equipped with the Onimaru, which is the second katana available in this pack. And this all resets if you actually take damage, by the way. So if you dodge or parry spam and then smash that light attack button, this is looking like a mighty fine sword duo here. Now that Onimaru katana, this is actually named after a real life famous and historical Japanese katana. It's regarded as a national treasure in Japan and is one of the 5 swords of heaven. And it's also got the exact same stats as the Jorogiri here, so they're definitely intended to be used together. Now just looking at these two swords here and combining them with that armor set bonus makes for a pretty monster crit and speed damage build, and perhaps I'm being a little bit biased here because I do love my crit and speed in Valhalla, but I don't think we've had a potential Helix pack with such prominent and appealing statistics and bonuses on an armor set and weapons in the store so far. It's going to make for interesting conversation, to be honest, as I'm not exactly sure this is very consumer friendly, even though I do appreciate that the Helix Store does fund free content and what you do with your money is totally up to you, but it does look like Ubisoft are going full send on the funky Helix armor sets this holiday season, with a clear incentive to try and tempt people to spend more there, and I'm confident that we're actually going to be seeing a lot more type of sets like this going forward. But more importantly, what do you think about this though? Does it really matter to you? I'm really kind of keen to hear your thoughts below. And before I do show you what's to come, if you have actually learned anything new in this video so far, a very quick like down below really does help me out on this whole kind of YouTube thing, so thank you very much. Now Peder's actually found another weapon pack similar to that dwarven green weapon pack he actually found a month or so ago. To be honest with you, I've completely forgotten the name, but it is in the Helix Store right now, and they seem to follow a similar shattered weapon style cosmetic design here, and I'm going to be breaking them all down very soon in another video. And on top of that, we've actually got Basim's sword, but this time Basim's sword actually has stats which we didn't have before, so I'm also going to be going over that very shortly in the next couple of days. And we're also going to be getting this unicorn mount, which has already been flagged by Ubisoft to come as a reward, perhaps for the anniversary. Not too sure when or where it's going to be released, but I imagine it's going to be sooner rather than later. Also, I know a lot of you have been asking about Ezio's Revelations outfit. We don't have any more news on that yet, but as soon as I know more, you lot will be the very first to know. So if you haven't already, it may be worth clicking the notification bell so you can kind of stay up to date with Valhalla and find your way back to the channel here easily. And do come join our awesome Discord community of over 700 members, by the way. There really is some fantastic people here, and it would be great to chat to you and see you in the lobby. Anyway, I think that'll do for me on this one. I'm sure I'll catch you in the next video, and instead of coffee, I think sake is on me this time.